Welcome to the Robin's Nest with glass artist Robin Hoerth. I'm Liv Wessel, and today we're going to make a unicorn pendant.
It's going to be super cute. It is just like the head and the neck. Very doable. A great place to start if you do want to make mammals or horses or something. Horses are notoriously difficult just in general in the art world. I don't know exactly why they are, but it's very true that they're just really difficult. It's all about the proportions, I guess. So I'm going to use two 8mm clear rods. I'm making a clear one. And I picked out yellow Elvis for my horn. So first I'm going to gather. This is the neck of the horse. Lay down, press. And then I am going to shape this into the neck. For my horses, they have super muscular necks. Horses are crazy strong. So I'm going to heat mainly on one side to make that move more than the back side, because I want to keep that muscular. I want my horse to look healthy and well fed. So see how this bottom is glowing more than the top? I'm going to grab with my tweezers and I'm going to bring up. If it's not moving enough, just put it back in the fire a little bit more. Straight. And then I'm going to do a small arc. But because the heat was mainly down here and not up here, it mainly moved from the underside. So now that I have this base for the neck, I'm going to add some glass for the jaw of the horse. After I clean up a little bit of this color that I left on here. I want these all to be good connections, so whenever I'm adding something, I'm very mindful of like where my heat is. I'm going to get them both hot when they're both glowing, touch in the fire, come out of the fire, tiny pool, about 1mm, and then I'm going to flame cut. With sculptures like these sort of things that look like other things in recognizable form, it's not a big deal if you kind of guff it up on your first try, because you can just go back and add some more glass. And with mammals, especially horses and whatnot, I do go back and forth. I usually don't get it right on my first try. So I'll add a little bit more, and then I'll flame sculpt it into being nice and round. The less you use your tools, the softer and nicer your glass is. So I will use my tools, but sparingly. Tools aren't going to save you. It's your hands that are going to do the bulk of the sculpting. So this is the jaw, and now I'm going to add the bridge of the nose. This is hot. They're both glowing now. Touch, hold, out of the fire, tiny pull. I got rid of that wrinkle. And I'm going to make it longer than what I think I need to make. More like a seahorse than a unicorn at the moment.
Or a duck.
Yeah, it's definitely not a unicorn. It's something. I'm going to gather this back, and I'm going to flatten the top of the flat bridge of the horse. And I'm going to hold it so that the gather goes underneath of the chin. I like this little swoop here. I think it adds a lot to the horse. And I will use my paddle to kind of shape the muzzle of the horse. Now that I got my muzzle, I'm going to add little nostrils on here, my tungsten pick. You've got about 1 second to go for it, so if you don't succeed, just try again until it looks like something you're happy with. And then the eyes. There's a few different ways to make eyes for your horse. You can use colored glass if you'd like to. For these, because it's clear, I didn't use colored glass because you can see through the glass, and you can see the other eye when you're looking at one side of the horse. And I just find I don't like the distortion of it. So I'll just even use imprints. I'm going to heat the side of the face. I'm going to use my hollow tube, and I'm going to make 2 indentations. And I look straight at the horse when I'm making these indentations, so it's hopefully not too crazy looking. And I'll use my tungsten pick, and I'll tug little points. I don't want circular eyes. I want more oval eyes. And it may be hard for you to see, but they're pretty good eyes. You'll see it when you're making it, if it looks good or bad. But those little points you do for the brass tube makes all the difference.
If it's your first time making it, it's not going to look good. Just realize it's going to take a while for those eyes. Robin always makes it look really easy, but it's not.
I mean, you might have good luck. For the mane, there's a bunch of ways to make hair, and I love a big fluffy mane. So I'm going to start with like one stripe. I'm going to start past the eyes. And I'm going to do a stripe all the way down where I want the mane to be. I'll seal the top and bottom. And then I'm going to make essentially 3 chunks. I'm going to start from the top. Press. You can just press this, cut this, and sculpt it. I'm going to do like little folds on here and pulling it. There's a bunch of ways to make hair. You can use your butter knife. You can hot sculpt it like I am. It doesn't really matter all that much. As long as your connections are good, then you can do whatever you want. I put my hook on the second part of the mane, so I'm going to leave this really long so I can fold it into a nice little hook. I like my horse to hang so it's facing down a little bit. When you're putting your hook on there, think about the weight of your pendant and how it's going to actually hang in the real world. And I make them bigger than what I want, and I'll go back and give it a haircut and fuss with it. I fuss with the hair more than I should usually. So right now it's not great. It's fine, but it needs a long way to go. I start from the top, and I'm going to curl this one a little bit more, and then I'm going to make my hook. That little tink is from the base. It's down here somewhere. I'm not worried about it. I don't really care. This is a sculpture. I'll go back and fix it when it's appropriate. I don't want to lose my heat from my hair. I'm not going to go backwards. I'm not going to bounce around. I'm committed to the top of the mane. So that's where I'm going to stay. It's not going to fall off or nothing. Like, it doesn't matter that it tinks. And it tinked because it got flashed when I was doing that hair. I didn't commit heat to the bottom of it. I got all fussy with me. So she's looking less crazy looking, but still kind of crazy. There's not really any rules for hair. It's really just your opinion. But I do most of my sculpting outside of the fire. Because I know I want a hook on this and it'll be curled, I'm going to mimic the curled hook because that is something unchangeable. That will always be there. It'll always look like that. So I'll make my other pieces of hair look like the one that's unchangeable. So I'll kind of curl all of them.
This curly hair is just awesome.
I just like it. It's kind of magical. I read a lot of pony books growing up, so I've thought a lot about ponies and unicorns. I have a clear vision in mind what I want. And then I'm going to do the unicorn horn. I'm going to do yellow Elvis. It's a striker color. And of course, we classic unicorn lovers, the horns are usually yellow or gold or something. Good seal, touch, come out of the fire, let that solidify a second. Because this is a striker, I'm going to spin the yellow Elvis, kind of twist it. The twist of the unicorn horn is not going to come from the texture, it's going to come from the color. Because I twisted the color, it'll kind of just naturally look twisted, and I'll bounce and pull. I don't want it too long, because at the end of the day, this is glass. It's already fragile. A giant, thin glass unicorn horn, it's probably going to have a very short lifespan. And then from here, I'll put the ears on. The ears go on last, because they will just disintegrate so fast, so instantly. You need to get your face hot when you put it on there. They go right behind the eyes. Make them bigger than what you want. I'll make a good seal to do my initial connection, and I'll put another bad seal on there to just add glass. And I get my ear hot, out of the fire, grab it with my tweezer and tug up a little bit. Because it's clear, because it's a unicorn, I'm not so focused on making them like perfect ears. I just want them to be symmetrical. When I pinch, I push back towards the hair and curl my hand forward. I'm more interested in the idea of the ear than the actual like perfect ear, because these are not perfect. They kind of look like little bear ears if you're really looking at it, but no one's gonna look at the ears like that. They're just gonna take it for what it is. Yeah, they look cute. You can't tell they're bear ears. And it's not really worth my time to fuss with them to make them pointy.
Well, if someone sees a unicorn in the wild and can refute that those ears are accurate, then send us a picture.
I would love it. And then to finish it, it's purely up to you how you'd like to finish it. I'm gonna mimic the curl. I'm heating the back so I smooth that neck out. I also finished and sealed that little crack I got. That's why I didn't care about it, because I knew I would fix it earlier, and I knew it wasn't going to fall off on the table. It's just being dramatic. And I'll bend it back a little bit, and it matches the hair. So now it's a complete sculpture.
Very nice.
And the yellow Elvis, it'll look prettier when it goes in the kiln. The yellow Elvis doesn't always strike right away, because I don't work it much in the flame, but it'll turn like a swirly yellowy color. But there she is. Who doesn't love unicorns?
Want to see more? Become a member of the Robin's Nest. Join the Robin's Nest on Patreon for access to more ad-free videos, PDF guides for the projects, a community chat group, cool merchandise, and more. Benefits vary by membership tier. Click the link in the description to go to our Patreon page for more details. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and click that bell to get notifications when new videos drop.